Hello everyone, welcome to Sweet Tomato Vine Homestead. I'm Linda. Today I'm in the garden and I am about to put some BT on my plants. I'll be putting it on the brassicas because I've seen that they have some worm damage and I'm trying to hold out on those brassicas for a few more weeks. The heat doesn't get too bad. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put BT on it, but you need to put your BT on early in the morning or late in the evening so that you won't harm any of your beneficial pollinators. So you don't want to get rid of your good bugs, but you want to get rid of these ones that are out in your garden and eating on your brassicas. And so I'm going to add some to my gallon jug. And y'all, if you have one of these sprayers, be sure after you finish using your sprayer to let the pressure off of your sprayer, because if you don't, that pressure continues to build up and it will cause you to bust your sprayer. And I know because that's what happened to. I have a sprayer sitting over here that I need to go ahead and put in the trash because it's not any good. I may try to save the parts off of it, save the sprayer, and save the part that goes, whatever this is called, I don't know what it's called. But I probably will save those parts in case they go out on this part. So I'm just gonna pour some in. I have a gallon container. So be sure to read your manufacturer's directions on how much to put in. I bought my dish liquid out to add some to the sprayer. And this dish liquid is just going to help the BT to stick to the leaves of the plant. It has been raining and it is overcast right now. So I really just need to go ahead and get this done because it could possibly rain and wash it off, but I need to go ahead and get it done regardless because these worms have been eating on my brassicas. So I'm just gonna give it a shake. And now I'm going to start putting it on some of my plants. And y'all, this BT, it helps to control worms and worms and caterpillars. So I'm also going to spray some on my tomato plants. So you might want to try, one tomato plant first to make sure that it does not harm your plant. But I'm going to spray it on my plant, on my tomato plant also to combat the hornworm, the tomato hornworm, because that is a worm. So I am going to put some on the tomatoes and I'm going to put some on my brassicas. And you want to be sure to get the bottom and the top of your leaves. Just want to go up underneath those leaves because that's where those worms lay their eggs, and that's where they're eating from the bottom of your plants. See, y'all, this is who is eating on these vegetables. If you can see this little tiny, tiny worm right here, he done tried to bungee jump on a spider web to try to get out from under this BT. But it's too late, I done hit him. He has been sprayed with the BT. While I'm down here, I'll show y'all these Brussels sprouts that's forming back here. Right there, Brussels sprouts on there. So that's why I'm trying to go ahead and save these plants a little while longer so I can get a harvest off of them. It's not that I haven't been eating off of them already, because you all know I've been eating these leaves, but I want to get those Brussels sprouts if I can. So it's going to be a close call, because it is getting hot and hotter. Temperatures are expected, but we're just going to see. But I am going to get some of this decaying plant matter from underneath my plants, and the bugs won't be so attracted to this space without stuff like this laying around underneath your plants. So go ahead and get this out. And I thought I had harvested all of my radishes, but I see I have one left right here. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna take these out. Okay, so this will make a nice addition to my salad. And then I have more room in here after I clean this out to plant something. Also give the girls a little treat of some greens. Hey girls and guys. Okay, there you go. I'm going to stand this tomato plant up. First I need to trim some of these suckers off. This is, I think, a sweet 100, and I am going to remove all of these suckers at the bottom. This plant has gotten very tall already, so that gives you an idea of what you are going to be needing for your plants. And it will soon pass the height of this pole, so I might want to think of something else to add to this. So y'all remember, your indeterminate tomatoes, they will get tall. So if you can, fencing them is a great idea, putting the fence up. Okay, what is this? This looks like, I don't know, I think it may have been a weed. I'm gonna just go ahead and remove the root of that. Okay, so now that plant can go ahead and grow. Okay, y'all, these are some of my plants that I took from underneath my grow light yesterday and bought them outside. And so they are sitting right here underneath the shade tree, and they got rained on last night. These are some Rosa Bianca eggplant. This is eggplant also. This is the listata. This is the ping tong eggplant. And so I'm going to start taking some of these out, and I'm going to start poking them into some spaces, just like the space that I just cleared out underneath the tomato where I removed the radish from. So I'm going to be placing some. Now this one I'm going to be up potting these, and I'm going to keep them in a shaded area. But these are my Napa cabbage. And y'all, I told you I had been having problems getting my Napa cabbages to germinate. So now I have good germination on them in the late spring. And so it's going to be too hot for these. But I'll probably leave them in the garden underneath some bushy plant that they can stay shaded, or either underneath the shade tree, or I can take them back in my shaded area. But wherever it would be in the shade, and I would make sure that they're staying water. So I'll keep you updated on them. But I am going to up pot them so they'll be in their each will be in their individual cell. So right here I had some pink impatiens planted, and I have not gotten any germination on those yet. That's why I told you it's best to go ahead and plant the same type of seeds in these. When you have something like this that's connected, plant the same type of seeds so you won't have one thing that's germinated and then something else that is not. So this one is a tray of the same thing. All of these are dahlias, and they all have germinated. So I'm just going to be popping these in some places also. But I'm thinking what I'm going to put into the space that I just cleared. I may put a eggplant in there, but I am going to put some of this Genovese and this dark purple basil in there right underneath that tomato. And this tray, I'm going to just leave the tray because the tray got rained on, had some water in it. This is a loofah that has germinated. I have more than one in there, but only one has pushed above the soil. These are some spaghetti squash. So I'm going to be potting them. I'm going to be planting them out today. I'm going to plant them over in the East Garden. I will be planting those out today. And then I have some peppers. And these are going to be mystery peppers because I took them out and I did not put the labels when I did it. So I have 3 of them. So I'm just going to be popping them in also. I'm not going to worry about waiting for them to get bigger. And I already have these tomatoes planted pretty close over here. And I'm probably going to pop these in with those tomatoes so the tomatoes can shade them while they are growing. So I don't want them to get burnt, but I do want to go ahead and plant those 3 peppers. So let's go ahead and do that first. Okay, so this is the tomato bed that Marvin started. And I see he put some onions in here also. Just put the bottoms to the onions in here. And so I'm going to just dig a hole, and I'm just going to pop this in. I'm going to put it right here, make sure you all can see it. I'm just going to dig a hole, and I'm just going to pop it in right here. And y'all, this bed is already filled with nutrients because this is where I put the bedding from the chicken coop in. I put the bedding in here, so this is full of nitrogen. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this other pepper right here, and then I'm going to get my labels and label these as peppers, but because I don't know which variety, I won't be able to put a variety on it, but I do want to know that those are peppers right there, because if I don't put a label on, I'll come in and I'll pull them up for a weed. Okay, right here in this bed, I'm going to plant some of my eggplant, and I'm going to plant the listata, the rosa bianca, and the ping tongue. So I'm only going to do one of each one of those plants. But before I do that, I need to remove some more of these weeds. And you all know this is the bed that had the ants in it when I was setting up my irrigation. I did not treat this area for the ants yet, so I am sure they are still in here. So since I did not treat it and I am going to be planting something, what I will do is come back and I'll put some diatomaceous earth on here. Otherwise, I would probably pour some, if I did not have plants already planted here, I would pour some hot water on this area to instantly kill those ants. But that is not going to happen now that I have stuff planted in this bed. I would just wait for the slow action of the diatomaceous earth. A diatomaceous earth. Which one is it? Which diatomaceous earth? That's what it is. Diatomaceous. So, y'all, this is gardening, not English. But I know some people might not know, and so you do need to try to make sure that you are pronouncing these names of these products the best that you can, so you won't be giving confusing someone. So it's diatomaceous earth. So I have a space cleared out, and I am going to go ahead and place my label. So this is where I'm going to be putting them. It's like this. I have some tomatoes planted here already. That's a ground cherry right there. This is a ground cherry, or let's see, what is this? See if I can see it. This must not, let's see. No, that was some beets was planted right there. I think that's a ground cherry that has reseeded itself. So, if I'm not mistaken, but I do have some tomatillos planted up front, and they look similar to that, so I don't know. All that's in the same family. So that could be the tomatillo or a ground cherry. So I am going to put my rosa bianca. Turn these over. And y'all see that these are just some babies. These are baby plants. So I'm gonna try to get all of the root system that I can. I'm gonna go right here. I'm just gonna put one in here. Yeah, I don't see these ants. Maybe they took a vacation, cause I don't see them. I do not see a single ant. This is where they were, over in this corner when I was putting this irrigation in. They may just be at the bottom. As long as they don't start eating on my plants. Okay, so this starter. See if I can get this. I'm pushing at the bottom so that I can get as much of my roots, which there are not very many roots on here. So I've seen those trays that have the holes in the bottom where it makes it easy for you to pop out these plants. And y'all, a purple basil has gotten mixed in with this. That's so cute. I'm gonna plant it too. I'm gonna pop it out with this one, and I'm gonna plant it right here, this purple basil. So y'all remember this purple basil. I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna have to write it on my label. Well, I'll know that that's purple basil though. Purple basil doesn't look like anything else. So those two plants will be planted together, purple basil and the pink tongue eggplant. We hope they survive. They are so small, but we got these tomatoes which are going to take off even more and going to shade them some to protect them from the heat of the sun until they get established. And then once they get established, then they'll do their own thing. So, okay, so we got those in, and I'll come back and water all of this, even though it is going to rain. So let's go ahead and water it in. It's going to rain, but I'm going to go ahead and water it. I'm just going to do it with a mist so that they won't, because they are very small. I'm just going to mist them. And it is going to rain. Y'all, these hoses has been really acting, you know, I'm saying acting up, but this hose is not coming as far as I need it to come. So I did get it to miss those though, but I've been having hose issues lately. And that's one reason I'm gonna be very happy to have the irrigation set up. Then I could just turn the water on and let the water flow throughout this irrigation, and that's gonna be great. Okay, y'all see this Brussels sprout plant? It is growing really big, and it is putting off some Brussels sprouts underneath. If I can get focus in on that. Okay, it is putting out some Brussels sprouts underneath the leaves, and it is also protecting this Lysia pepper. I put this Lysia pepper in when it was very tiny and could not, you know, had not been acclimated to the weather. And so I put it underneath this plant, and so now it is doing fine. Y'all, these little rabbits come out in the garden with me all day, and they just be right in my space, just right with me. Don't even care. Okay, y'all, these are some red bell peppers that I purchased. I purchased one from the store, and I dried my seeds, and they have germinated really nicely. So I'm going to pop these throughout the garden. Some red bell peppers. I probably won't let most of them get red, because when I see them, you know, I just, if a bell pepper forms and it looks nice and I need a bell pepper, I just pop them, take them in the house. So hopefully, I'm going to go ahead and put red bell pepper on these, and hopefully I'll be able to just leave these out in the garden and let them turn red. So we'll see. Okay, so this is where I'm going to pop this one underneath these Brussels sprouts and this tomato next to this red cabbage. And this area is already fertile. It has some fertilizer in here that I recently put in. I'm just gonna make a small hole because I don't need much for this pepper's tiny roots. Don't have to plant it deep. Pop it in. Trying to make sure I don't get that bottom leaf covered. Okay, and I got my label. It says red bell pepper, so that I'll know not to harvest that one prematurely. Okay, now it is time to check on my worms. And I got them some food. They still got food. So let me see if I can get you all closer so that you all can see. Okay, I got them some potato peels and some green leaves and some banana peel. What I'm just gonna do is to kind of rake back this food. It's been in there for a minute. They haven't eaten it all. And I want to try to see. Okay, I see them, y'all. Can y'all see them? Okay, I don't want to hurt them. That's why I use this fork like this. I don't want to hurt my worms. He is very much alive. Can you all see him? He is alive. He's wiggling around. So I'm going to put him back in. I don't want to get him upset and be packing his stuff, getting ready to leave. I'm going to pull back a little bit. And it is recommended that whenever you handling and working with these worms that you put some gloves on. So I'm gonna put this worm over here. I don't want him to be hurt by me. I don't want to smash him with this food that I'm fixing to put in here, but I'm just gonna add a little bit more food, and I'm gonna cover the food back up. All right, little worm, there's your dinner. Put the lid back on. And see, I got them sitting underneath the shade tree so that they're not getting too hot. Matter of fact, I can push it back under here just a little bit more. It's heavy. I need to raise this up and look. Okay. I was just trying to make sure that it wasn't a lot of water in here. So there is not, you know, because it has been raining. So it is sitting in a good spot. And I'll keep this here. And I'll take the rest of this food and put it on the compost. Because like we don't have, you know, scraps. We'll have more. So I'll take the rest and put on the compost. And you all, a robin has built a nest in my Dollar Tree stackable. There are eggs in there too. I'm not gonna get too close because I don't know if she's in there and I don't want to disturb her. And she fly out into this camera and scare me and her. Y'all, this is how the irrigation is looking that's out in the area where the corn and the purple hull peas and tomatoes and all that is. And I still got to finish this area over here and then run a line to the garlic and onions and potatoes that are out in this area. So I hope that y'all have enjoyed this video today and that you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Yeah, I caught myself coming in for the day, but I think somebody want me to come back out. He just sitting up here just looking at my window like, you coming back out? He is too cute.